Hello everyone, my name is Arya, and wow, it's been a little while since I did a life update like this, huh? I've been talking about what's been going on with me and my health currently on stream and occasionally in the community Discord, but I figured at this point I should probably put out something maybe a bit more public and definitive, as it's been going on for several months now and it's starting to affect the frequency of the content that I put out. Getting straight to the point and putting this as bluntly as I can, as of August, I became physically disabled, and if I stand or walk for too long, my legs lock up and I become functionally paralyzed from the waist down. There was no accident, nothing changed, at least to my knowledge. It just kind of all of a sudden happened. Thankfully, with the help of doctors and a couple of long nights in the emergency room, we've ruled out anything life threatening, and I'm currently just waiting for an MRI to hopefully figure out what's actually going on. But it could take until the end of the year, so we'll see. All I know is that it isn't my blood or my bones due to extensive blood work and x rays. And according to the doctors, in their words exactly, my blood and bones are in pristine condition. So my best guess is that it's something to do with my nerves. As you can likely imagine, suddenly becoming paralyzed out of nowhere is extremely scary and has definitely thrown a wrench in my entire life. I'm on medical leave from work because it's kind of hard to do a job that requires lots of standing and moving around if, well, I can't. It's unsafe for me to drive because of my legs, and even basic everyday tasks like making a meal for myself or, hell, even just showering are an overly complicated ordeal or just something that I simply can't do unassisted. Thankfully, a pair of crutches have helped immensely with allowing me to retain some mobility, and honestly, there are many days where I simply just can't walk without them, but even with them, I can really only stand or walk for about 20 minutes before my legs completely lock up. Thankfully, I do live with my wonderful girlfriend Gabby, who I'm sure most of you have seen on the channel already, but she has seriously stepped up and has been a massive help, and I love her so much for that. And of course, we have our two cats, Pop Tart and Maiden, who have been putting in overtime being fluffy little therapists whenever the moms are feeling anxious or down. This entire situation has obviously taken a pretty big hit on my mental health, and while I've been learning how to manage my new disability and make adjustments to my life because of it, it's still pretty rough. Thankfully, I can still relatively comfortably sit at my desk most days, so I do still have some sense of normalcy and am able to make videos and stream still. The issue is just finding the motivation to do much of anything when your entire life feels like it's crashing down around you, especially with seasonal depression and the gray of Canadian cold seasons already on the way. This is why I haven't really been keeping to my usual weekly upload schedule for the last few months, and why sometimes I just kind of disappear for a week or two at a time. Motivation is pretty hard to come by, again, when your whole world has changed for the worse and you don't even know what's wrong with you or and if you'll get your old life back. I'm optimistic that I will eventually get back to normal, but again, I just don't know anything, and neither do the doctors, so all I can do is wait. To try and remedy this lack of motivation and just to shake things up a bit for my mental state, I have been experimenting and having fun with some new short form content, being the Guess the Hunt Showdown weapon series, as those require a lot less commitment and editing to make as opposed to my usual videos. And I also just want to say thank you so much for all the positive feedback that I've gotten on those. It seems like you guys really enjoy them, and I'll definitely be making more because they are quite fun to put together. As for other content moving forward, I do have some more hunt videos planned, so stay tuned for those, as well as plenty of streams, hopefully keeping a consistent schedule. And I would also like to do some Arc Raiders content as well once that drops on October 30th. I've really enjoyed myself during the previous tech tests and server slams, and I know a lot of Hunt players have their eyes on Arc Raiders as a more casual extraction shooter for those days when Hunt just isn't quite the vibe. Hopefully, mixing in another game into my rotation will help with that motivation and creativity to make videos for you all, because as of right now, streaming and YouTube are kind of my only source of income until I get approved for employment insurance, and even then, that likely isn't going to be a ton of money per month. I'd be lying if I said that money wasn't getting a little bit tight right now, which is definitely another contributor to my mental state. Thankfully, I had savings for if something like this did arise, thank goodness, but savings kind of only last so long, and like I said, I'll be getting less from EI than I would working an actual job. That being said, thank you all so much for the support that you've given me. Your support, even if it's something as simple as just watching videos and streams, help me keep myself somewhat sustainable for things like groceries, and for that I'm forever grateful. So again, thank you once more. If any of you would like to go above and beyond, I do also have a Patreon if you would like to help me out and also earn some fun rewards for doing so, but please only do that if you are financially stable yourself and feel like helping me. So, anyways, to recap, my legs don't work. Doctors don't know what's going on, and I'm waiting for an MRI. I can't work, I can't really do much of anything nowadays, but I'm trying my best to put out as much content as I can while I'm stuck here figuring things out. That being said, given the overall state of things, I might just occasionally disappear for a week or two, so just if that happens, assume that I'm having a bad week. I promise I won't be gone forever. If you made it this far into the video, I really do appreciate it, and it makes me happy to know that people are concerned for me and my well-being. Even if you are just a bunch of strangers on the internet, I still really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. I'll have some more videos hopefully for you coming soon, and have fun with your drops. Bye bye.